some video footage of the FlyTheMaddog X MD-80 released by a beta tester, and some more AI traffic updates. We've got 2 bits of awesome news to talk about in today's video, so let me bring it to you in just over 8 minutes. Let's go. We'll start off with the FlyTheMaddog X MD-80. By the looks of it, we'll be getting this bad boy soon. The embargo has been lifted on the alpha testers, and it means we can start to see some video and photos released by the beta testers. We get an awesome YouTube video by AvgeekMSR flying the Mad Dog from Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport to LA, call sign American 105. And it tells us a lot more than any photos we've seen already. As far as I know, it's the first video that's been released of the aircraft in this state, so it's very exciting. But it's not perfect, and that to me shows that there's still a bit of time to wait for on this aircraft before we get it anywhere near our hangars. We do get some screenshots by a company called cruiselevel.de, which is a German Microsoft Flight Sim news company as far as I can see, showing some very impressive work. I mean, the modelling and even some texturing so far is bang on. It looks really good. But going back to the video, you can just get a good feel for the aircraft. You know, it's almost a full flight. We're getting external views, interior views, close-up cockpit views, etc. Now, as I said, modelling does look really good, but there are some issues. In the final few minutes of the video, they come into LA after a bit of an interesting kind of crossover for the runway. And physics do look a bit like the aircraft is on rails. Now, it still, of course, is not released, so this is not what we'll be getting when it's up for sale. But by the looks of it, it does need a bit of work in terms of flight model, or in terms of physics, I should say. Not to say that it's bad, it just seems like it needs a bit more work. I'm sure you guys will be able to leave your thoughts in down below. Now, I'm not going to put the whole video in by AvgeekMSR, purely because that would be unfair. It's his video, so I recommend you go watch it. I've put a link in the description. I think the overall thing I take from it is that modelling is great, but sounds and physics need some work. You do get a bit of sound, so listen here. Now, in my opinion, the engines need to roar a bit more, but that's just me. I haven't actually heard this aircraft in real life. I've seen an MD-80 before, but it was sat on the ground at the time, so my real life knowledge with this aircraft doesn't extend very far, but it looks quite photorealistic, and of course it's made the thumbnail, so it's got to look pretty good. External and internal textures and modelling is bang on, and so far quite impressive. Of course, we already know the somewhat pricey model. We know that we'll be getting a basic main package and then expansion packages after that. Hopefully that will keep the price low down, but at the moment it's looking not too far off completion. So dare I say it, could this be the first proper airliner we get for the sim, maybe beating the PMDG 737? We've got a bit of an update on that. I'll be speaking about that in an upcoming video. But yes, it looks good, but work is clearly still needed. My favourite bit of the video, to be fair, is when they take a look at the aircraft around on the ground. It just looks quite nice. It's quite nice to see a walk around with a bit of a startup. Not a full startup, but a bit of a one. The video is cool. It comes in at 9 minutes 33 seconds long, so it's definitely worth a good watch, guys. Enjoy. Now we move over to some quite exciting news from the JustFlight team with their FSTraffic project. Now, FSTraffic is a project you guys might have been familiar with. Of course, it's been available on other simulators, kind of under different names, basically for the last 20 years, going all the way back to FS 2004. Now we get a bit of an update from the JustFlight team, and quite excitingly, plenty of screenshots. Now, I did say there it's been around since 2004. Of course, not this exact version. Microsoft Flight Sim's only been around for, what, a year and a half? But it's been around in some kind of form since then. They brought it up to date, and they're bringing over plenty of AI traffic and plenty of aircraft into Microsoft Flight Sim, all the way from the Dash 8 to the 747. It will include plenty of high definition aircraft, textured at 4096 by 4096 pixels, as well as night lighting textures, animated engine fans, aircraft effects, compatibility with airport jetways, and of course ground units, realistic sounds by Turbo Sound Studios, and integrated external lighting. As well as that, aircraft models can also be utilised when flying on compatible online networks. To me and you, that's basically IVAO and VATSIM, maybe Pilot Edge. Now we get about 10 screenshots of the aircraft, all the way from an Aer Lingus A320 to a generic 747 to a Dash 8 Q400, which I've got to be honest is quite nice to see. It normally doesn't get that much love. Now this will be a payware package, as will the FlyTheMaddog X aircraft, of which I've already spoken about. And at the moment, all aircraft, all models are work in progress. But nonetheless, it's nice to see Just Flight still working on their FSTraffic package. They're already doing a better job than Aerosoft did with their silly excuse of an AI traffic package. Will it be Alpha India Group's freeware package? Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Maybe. I think it'll be on par, and at the end of the day, people are going to choose freeware over payware. But by the looks of it, the fact you'll be able to customise what aircraft you can see in a pretty easy way, as opposed to having to rely on a pretty complex installer, that's going to be what makes it stand out for the majority of people. Just Flight making this add-on accessible to all, something I can very much get behind. What do you guys think? From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I recommend you check out the FlyTheMaddog X video I've linked in the description, and of course the source from the Just Flight news. It's very exciting times for Microsoft Flight Sim. In my next video, I'll be talking about the PMDG 737, so I'll see you guys tomorrow. From me today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you to my first class channel members. They get a shout out on the screen now. If you'd like to see what items I use to fly, film and edit, I've got my Amazon affiliate links all down below. It doesn't cost you anything more, it just helps the channel out. It's a great way to support the channel. I'll see you guys around. Bye bye.